We've got a ton of creations, but this one you won't regret. Get ready to wear it and share it with the ladder stitch bead bracelet. The ladder stitch bead bracelet is another simple design that looks great. It's made with the ladder stitch technique and it's easy to make. The perfect bead bracelet for everyone, at any time or anywhere. You'll want to show it off for all of your friends to wear and share. So get ready for this tutorial to satisfy your creative needs. Feel free to give this video a like and enjoy this episode of TurboBeads. Here's the list of everything you need to make the ladder stitch bead bracelet. Before we start this project, many of you may ask what string I've used for this bracelet. Let's set this straight. You'll see that I'm using Creatology pony bead lacing and it works great. I'm just letting you know, giving you my opinion of the string. This is not a sponsored video. To make the ladder stitch bracelet, we'll start out with the straw and split that straw through the center by cutting it with scissors. So watch close as I carefully cut the straw through the center. Splitting the straw will make it easier to add beads to that straw. Basically, what we are doing is using the straw as a stabilizer for the rows of beads to ensure that they maintain a tight formation once added to the string. So now that we have the straw cut through the center looking just like this, we can now add those 3 beads to the straw as I'm doing here. Continue watching as I add the beads to the straw. I'll be using green, white, and orange beads for this color scheme. Once you have those 3 beads on that straw, you'll carefully cut off the ends of that straw to keep it from showing through the sides, keeping that straw hidden within those beads. As you can see, this is how it should look so far. Now we can use that 4 feet of string that I mentioned earlier. I would definitely recommend a firm string with a little bit of elasticity to it. So we'll take that 4 feet of string and add those 3 beads that have the straw hidden within them and add them to the string. Once you have those beads on the string, you'll match up the ends, pushing those beads toward the center of the string. This will ensure that we have the same amount of string to use on both sides. As you can see, this is the first row of the bracelet. Let's be sure to keep those beads in the center of the string so that we continue to have even lengths of string to use on each end. Next, we'll make more rows of beads to fill up this bracelet. So making a row of beads is simple. We will once again use that straw that's been split through the center. Then we'll add 3 beads to that straw. Once you have the beads on that straw looking just like this, you'll carefully cut off the ends of that straw to keep it from showing through the sides. Now that the straw is hidden within those 3 beads, you'll take one end of the string and add those 3 beads to the string. Once you have those 3 beads on the string, then you're going to take your other end of string and run it through all of those beads as well, going in the opposite direction. With that string through both sides of the beads, you'll pull both ends of the string until you've reached the top, bringing all of those beads together. With the second row finished, creating the next row is the exact same. So what you'll do is you'll take that straw that's been split down the center and add 3 beads to that straw. Then cut off the end of the straw to keep it from showing through the sides. Then you'll take one end of the string and add those 3 beads to the string. When you have those beads on the string, you'll take that other end of string and you're going to run it through all of those beads as well, going in the opposite direction. Once you have the string coming out of each side, you'll pull both ends of the string until you've reached the top, bringing all of those beads together. We will keep on repeating these same steps when creating additional rows to this bracelet by adding 3 stabilized beads to one end of the string, then taking the other end of string and running it through all of those beads as well, going in the opposite direction. With the string through both ends, you'll pull both ends of the string until you've reached the top, bringing all of the beads together. So just continue repeating these steps, creating additional rows until you have enough rows that fit around your wrist. And as a quick tip, be sure to pull the string evenly on both sides and just enough to keep those beads in a tight formation, ensuring that your bracelet maintains its shape and looks visually appealing. With this visual, you can see that creating this bracelet is turbo easy with its simple repetitive steps of creating rows of beads using the ladder stitch technique. As you can see, I've used these colors of green, white, and orange for the color scheme of this bracelet, which I think is another perfect combination of colors that works good with this design. And of course, you're always able to use any color combination of your choice. The creative options are always in your hands. Leave a comment below and let me know what cool color combinations or patterns you decide to use to make your bracelet. Once you finish enough rows to fit around your wrist, you'll be able to attach both ends of the bracelet together. As you should know, everyone's wrist sizes are differently, so be sure to adjust accordingly, as you may need more or less beads depending on the size of the wrist or the size of the beads. The end result of the bracelet may also be different if using different types of string or beads, so find what works best for you and your unique style. With the ends of the string coming out of the final row, we can now attach both ends of string together by taking one end of the string and running it through that first row of beads. So just watch as I guide the string through these beads. Once you have that string through those beads and pull the string all the way through, those two ends of the bracelet will come together, looking just like this. From here, we'll need to close in the gap in between the beads. So we'll take both ends of string and tie both ends of string together with a square knot. You'll see that the beads will come together, closing in the gap. When tying your knot, be sure that your knot is nice and secure to ensure that everything stays locked in place and stays together. Once the two ends of string are tied together with knots that are tied nice and secured and everything is locked into place, all that is left is to carefully cut off the tied loose ends of string, and your bead ladder stitch bracelet is now complete. And there you have it, another turbo easy bead bracelet design that looks fine and was fun to make. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful and you can create one just as great. If there's anything you would like to add, requests or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you are new or you just haven't already, don't forget that you can always subscribe if you want to be notified for more bead tutorials just like this one. Hoping you'll tune in for the next one to satisfy your creative needs. Until next time, be sure to wear it and share it. Thanks for watching TurboBeads.